He had was a repeatedly damaged, sorry about the dog sneezing, a repeatedly damaged socket which is inside here, which had busted the housing, so it just wobbled about and eventually it fell in the computer through people constantly hitting it. Anybody does it. It just, to me, they should come out and go across. Do you agree, Sheree?
Yeah.
Not come out like this so they can get hit and all that. And I did look online for this computer to take the back off, but the video was cut short, and that was a 17-minute video. So I watched what there was to do, and I didn't trust myself rather. I'm in Bulgaria, by the way, and I've got to then find somebody I can trust to do the computer. And I must admit, it is a long job, and we need it done now rather than later, as always. So I managed to get a piece of jewellery wire to hook it up close enough at an angle to be able to just gently slide this plug in. And now we've got mains, we've got lights, and it's working. But the only way is to make this so, because look, it still moves about a bit, so I'm going to have to tape, over tape. And we've still got the wires where I hooked it up, the jewellery wires, to hook it up, because if it did fall in again, we could pull it again. And at least it wouldn't drop in and touch the motherboard, etc. For those of you who don't know me, I like gaffer tape. Don't I, Sheree?
Yeah, just a little.
But
it's not an obsession or anything.
It's a necessity, especially over here. And everybody who becomes a good friend here in Bulgaria gets a roll of gaffer tape, Jaffa tape. It's called Jaffa tape because it's orange, and it's a tenner a roll online if you were to buy it. Just check the light's still on. Oh no, there's no lights. Joke.
I knew it was. I was holding my breath though.
So you didn't know it was for sure?
Well, I sort of did, because you wouldn't have acted that way.
How would I have reacted then?
Completely different.
What would I have done? Thrown it out the window?
No.
Kicked the dog?
No.
Swore?
You'd never do that. You would have been a lot more stressed.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Can you just hold that up with that's it. So I need to go over the top because it's getting all its strength from elsewhere.
My husband's a genius.
We had this conversation earlier. And I said, is that why you love me then? Because you said, oh, I love you to bits, right? And I said, is that you love me because I can fix things? Because that's not the basis. It's not a bad thing, because at least if we was at sea, I could put this tape over the hole in the boat and save us. Or I could dive with this tape and go round the shark's mouth and protect us, couldn't I?
Yes, dear.
See? Now, this to what I call minions, people who don't understand me, they would think I'm putting far too much tape round it. And the reason I put all this tape is I'm building strength. I'm building the lack of this. I don't want any movement here. And if you see how conservative I am at using tape, I don't use the width, I use little bits. Look. And then it will last forever until it runs out, which is not ever, obviously.
Sarah wants to come in.
She'll have to wait, won't she?
see. Can't see the goats.
Now, even if the socket, the plug, is only half in the socket, at least this lack of movement, it will stay there. Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to push it further and end up pushing it in again. Okay, that'll do. You can stop the video
Okay.
and we can finish it off.
Okay.